Good morning, me fambuden. Una kushe, una kabo. But this now una boy picking, una brother. Dima the Great. The SCPP Bobo. We also me na the deputy chairman, where they represent the Sierra Leone People's Party, Holland branch. And also me na the CEO for the Green Movement, TGM TV. Well, I got a message for una this morning, and this message they come out directly from Honorable Lahai Lawrence Leema. Lima, una all know say Lima na the national PRO for the Sierra Leone People's Party, and also he double as the deputy internal minister for Mama Salone, which means everything where they go on and concern national security, we go make with brothers, with people, then with sister, with mama, then they sleep. That responsibility then in hand. Where we get somebody we can always consider as non-entity, we not mean well for Mama Salone. But people then they use them for let it cause chaos in that country. Day. I want to tell you, like from day one where this business begin, this guy na nothing, he's nobody here. We will they work now this part of the world now we they take with tax then they pay him. And secondly, there is nothing we could stop him for the Salone government for letting extradite this guy here. And they repeat him, nothing they absolutely we go able to stop him. We don't do this, we don't do one. We don't give all the informations there. It be only left with the responsibility of the government to take actions. But I not say the government are a responsible government. We're there for the people of Mama Salone. We're there to protect life and property then, and to make sure it gives Sierra Leoneans then hope and also provide basic necessities then for people then. But we get also an affairs then. People then where they also represent the government from Sierra Leone, the embassy, especially the embassy where they in Belgium, where they represent France, Luxembourg, and also mainland Europe. The ambassador that I will categorically say this morning before I give Lahai Lawrence Leema, the ambassador for the Sierra Leoneans there. Tamba Musa, you for the Sierra Leoneans there. I believe say your responsibility, a role, a responsibility. Not to party, and you not to Sierra Leone People's Party, Peking, you know a lot in Sierra Leonean from different political background. Where His Excellency Julius Madabio, he appoint you to do the welfare of Sierra Leoneans now. So when the Sierra Leoneans where they are, they cause trouble, I believe say now you roll a responsibility to engage with the community in Sierra Leone to see how best we go stop somebody where one count chaos in that country day. But you fail to do them. Several times we approach you. I drive na ya gonna Belgium. Una neglect me and my brother on this case matter. Now I make the situation reach like this. It's not like some of you don't want to take drastic action to go in the other way around to deal with them. But the law, now the law now yeah. We don't start out with the law, and now the law now we deal with them. So I hope this time around before others people then or Boku people then suffer. Let us see how best to deal with this threat one time for us. We not send a few minority people that they listen to us. But then minority people, then whether they listen to us, now Sierra Leoneans them, a president, you care about them. We see the demonstration, we say, okay, the strong APC then hold, strong APC then backgrounds. But then APC then where they misbehave, where they cause them things, then they are also Sierra Leoneans. When are the responsibility of His Excellency retired Brigadier Julius Madabio to make sure it save them, give them the right thing when the necessary they need. Now that a good leader will do. A leader when a visionary leader will care about that country. We don't see say Ernest Bai Krumah and Samura Kamara, the evidence are there. Then they sponsor this guy. Samura Kamara Kamoyana Ikanaya bound to can arrange these with this guy to cause chaos, to cause melt in our country, Sierra Leone. But other one the way they behind this thing. By the grace of God, God go make them go feel. The one that will get by that, when they know me away from Mama Salone, I swear to God, with the God who they serve, the God in heaven, it will put fire on them. They not go free. They go ever have peace in their life. I'm glad this morning when Lahai Lawrence Leema don't respond, because as our boss, a man is responsible to make sure security hold water in that country. The step now where they don't take, this was the step we want. I'm glad for that. I think tomorrow my birthday, when on the 23rd August, it will be a very good birthday for me. What he will be wished for, it happen. I repeat them before I give Lima. Adebayor, he is not a Dutch citizen. When I say Dutch government will protect and one, he's not also an asylum seeker, not to asylum seeker. If they apply for asylum, they reject them. As we talk against Salon passport, it possess against Salon passport in hand. When you get Salon passport in your hand, you then with the cause chaos with the international community, with the Interpol, with the Interpol, even with the Europol, there is way for them to extradite them. Because you know what they are, some of we they work very hard, we pay with taxes then, they cause trouble in that country. My family, all the one that we know me well for Salon, Mama Salon, God go punish them. God go punish them. They're not go end this year. Lahai Lawrence Leema, Honorable Lahai Lawrence Leema, welcome to the program.
Good morning to all fellow Sierra Leoneans. This now Peking brother Lahai Lawrence Leema, the Deputy Minister of Internal Affairs, will also double as the national PRO for the Sierra Leone People's Party. I don't decide really for know how I do me PR approach. And because I don't be so inundated with too many calls by some faint-hearted Sierra Leoneans who, for some reasons, then they allow themselves for board to be inciting or views them with one Sierra Leoneans will choose for carrying himself as a low mental state Sierra Leonean and choose for presenting himself as a political ventriloquist will allow failed and corrupt politicians then for speak through them and use himself as an individual for psychologically intimidate some of those faint-hearted Sierra Leoneans for board to intimidation and incitement. I just decided to do this audio for assured when I say when I elect a government into office, we got the responsibility for protecting them. And so no politician in this country, we don't rule for 11 years. They don't siphon and embezzle this country in money and left this country on the brink of economic collapse. And they behind the scene, they use one very Sierra Leonean who through their own actions don't make them. He left this country. He go down yonder. He not did it for a better life. In the done they intimidate you now because them failed and corrupt politicians and whether don't thief this country money for 11 good years and left this country in abject poverty. They use them because of mental state low for intimidate, especially the one that were the budge to intimidation, and and also the one that were the budge to inciting audios and messages for bring psychological pressure on them. I just come for do this audio because the pressure is on me as well. Because I don't see the too many needs for begin to even share incitements there. Why are you people sharing it? Especially when they do them through coward eyes. You shouldn't be a coward. No. Why you wanna not for be a coward? Because you people are lawful Sierra Leoneans. Wanna respect the laws of this land. And wanna respect the peaceful coexistence of this land. And wanna respect the rights of other peaceful Sierra Leoneans. So why a criminal? Why a low mental state individual who don't choose to present himself and in that way for intimidate una? Why are you guys budging to it? However, if una don't push too many audios of incitements them to me, you people are telling me that we have a responsibility we will not be done place in we as a government that we need for take a step or we need for take steps then as government or make sure say we try for stop the incitement, the distractions of these individual political ventriloquists which choose for speak the words of those coward, corrupt, and failed politicians for 11 years. We don't bring this country out to a knees and then feel say they know to do without politics and for just intimidate the peace of this nation. Enough of this. Now, I just want for everyone to be rest assured that now through on a taxpayers' money and they pay soldiers and police, and at the same time on a elect government, and that government they in place will make sure say law, order, and stability of the state is preserved. Having said that, then we don't do them on the 10th of August, but we'll be able to address that situation. And if the security sector been take in incitement them as a pinch of salt or trivialize the incitement them, the evidence is clear now that we need for attach some level of seriousness to incitement them and take steps. First, I want to make Sierra Leoneans, every peaceful Sierra Leoneans know say, you know, get any reason for budge to the inciting statements them of this low mental state individual we call inside Adebayor, we allow failed and corrupt politicians them. We're even responsible for not for doing in this country, but for do probably all jobs out there and they intimidate una psychologically. For make una be rest assured say the security forces they on top of the game and any security forces or personnel where you being paid by government of Sierra Leone and through taxpayers' money, you but of course I don't even get reason for say that because the security sector they on top of the game and they're ready for keep the law and order of the state and for make sure say every law abiding Sierra Leonean go about in normal business. So that's the assurance I want for give to honor the faint-hearted Sierra Leoneans we actually the budge to this political ventriloquist in incitement there. As a government as well, we get we own steps that we need for take. And because we don't overwhelm me with too many of inciting audios then, me the first name or another, I mean, are they relate with me boss for make we take up we own game in the Internal Affairs Ministry and collaborate with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and see how much we can able to reach out to the government of Holland through the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Internal Affairs and see how best we can able to track these political ventriloquists and bring them come to justice. This is what we have to do. We cannot allow an irresponsible Sierra Leonean for always threatening the peace and security of this nation because failed politicians then feel say the only way them to be able to survive not through political intimidation or through threatening the peace and security of this nation. For 11 years, when APC busy, they mismanage this country resources, they psychologically, they intimidate and use a lot of violence on people in this country. 11 good years. Some of us were busy educating ourselves, and a very good number of Sierra Leoneans were busy engaging in their own personal developments then, not to for Sidon wholly and solely and looking forward to when then we come on our power, we can take over power. No, we are busy educating ourselves or engage in our own personal developments. And this is the reason why this administration led by President Julius Adebayor not able to manage the failings of Ernest Kuruma or the failures of Ernest Kuruma. They don't able to manage even the corrupt nature of Ernest Kuruma in government. We make sure say for 11 years where they don't embezzle this country in resources, we don't set up commissions of inquiry, then they did it. But at the same time, even the approach towards them is being managed. Wait for me, I think say now all of them here they embolden them for do all of what they do to this nation. Because certain people and really Therefore, don't they behind bars by this time. One of the things that will make Paul Kagame succeed now because too much bored. Because he knows say when do it right, it takes measures them way for able to make sure say he keep focus for do what they do. However, Sierra Leone is a different country and needs a different approach to the leadership in this country. And in so far, I say kudos to His Excellency the President, retired Brigadier Julius Maada, because he don't tactfully approach the issues of for the issues of this country. And honestly, Sierra Leone they are the trajectory of development. This is what APC don't see. We make them so worried that they feel say they for break the peace and security of this country. But I want to assure the APC say they're not going to stand. No, he just felt like we you do intimidate Kumbra for say you go be Ambele. Now that the APC they do. You cannot threaten this government with war. You cannot threaten the peace and security of the people of this nation under this administration. No. No. Now I failed venture on a danger. And I want for make them really believe say now honed that they honed themselves. Then clearly they give you the evidence, the results, we bring them come to book. And definitely we will stop at nothing but to bring them to book because that is what they want. They don't want peace. They don't want freedom. And because they don't want freedom, because they don't want peace, they shouldn't see it. Honestly. And it doesn't mean we are going to take the law into our own hands. No. They don't do everything humanly possible to break the laws of this country. You know the day you say you want to leave this country or you don't leave this country before and you think say you know to respect the laws of this land. No way. If you not responsible enough for respect the laws of this land and you think say you will intimidate the peace, loving Sierra Leoneans, you not foresee peace. Because anybody will not respect law in a tight place for they. Honestly. I don't see any big deal for even an arrest and an escruma and put them behind bars if Anes break the laws of this land. Because Anes gets a double moral responsibility and legal responsibility for respect the laws of this country. What if one individual Sierra Leonean we don't take leadership of this country before, he thinks he go intimidate or try for threatening the peace of this country. To be very honest, he need for the behind bars. It's not a big deal. It's never a big deal. If people like Jacob Zuma go behind bars, even when probably the incitement where people the cause in this country are, people like Jacob Zuma not probably do them. I don't see no reason why somebody for 11 years don't collapse this country out. It don't endanger this country. And if they out there again, get the freedom again for threatening the peace loving Sierra Leoneans, and if they see peace, no. However, the one evidence we clear to we now the political ventriloquist we call say Adebayor, where they allow failed corrupt politicians them for 11 years, we don't bring this country to the news, continue for use them for threatening the faint-hearted Sierra Leoneans and where the budge to incitements, them, and for another to the pressure because yes, them put you in an office, will respond to some of those pressures. Yes. As a government, we are going to step up and we make sure say we collaborate with the government of Holland for bring Adebayor to justice. And honestly, that will be done. If that did not happen, well, some of we know what we will do. But it will happen. Adebayor will be brought to justice. We will collaborate with the government of Holland through the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Internal Affairs for make sure say we bring Adebayor to book. And when we bring them to book, all the one that we connect to them, we go bring them down to book. Because now rope they draw common bush, and that rope they draw common bush, and they bring a lot of, and they bring the forest can at all. And we they go for you at the bio. We not go for you by an illegal means, but we they collaborate with your own sister ministries of that country where you they intimidate the people of this country, especially people that where the budge to you intimidations. And also the one that where the budge to you incitements them. Now for the one that waiting at this country, we feel say the budge. To then incitements them where this low mental state Sierra Leonean don't put himself forward to fail politicians then young corrupt mentality and manipulations for intimidate the security of this country. If una venture for listening to incitements them, una attempt anything, una they do them at your own peril. I am saying this that nobody know the threat in the security of this country. No, enough of this. If una allow una self for be used as a human shield, then una get una self for be blamed. I they say this. If you know say you're a law-abiding citizen, you respect the laws and order of this country, put yourself together and go about your normal business. But if you say you don't listen to Adebayor incitements, them we fail politicians that we don't bring this country out to a kneel, they use them for intimidate, and una say una the board to their intimidations, una say una the board to their incitements, then una they take on the street. Just like what the president said, make sure say you do them peacefully, but and also make sure say you do them lawfully. If you not do them lawfully, you not do them peacefully. To be very honest with you now, una not go stand, una not go prevail. No, no, una not go prevail. I don't repeat this. I have a moral and legal responsibility for make sure see I work along with my colleagues then for let the peace and security of Sierra Leoneans there is maintained and law and order prevail in this nation. No one individual through failed and corrupt politicians there not go threaten the peace and security of this nation. So I really want to say all peace-loving Sierra Leoneans will respect the rights of others when I go about in a normal business and just not pay mind to that low mental state individual Sierra Leonean we don't put himself forward for be a political ventriloquist, for speak the words or the intentions of failed and corrupt politicians that we don't humble this country. When I be rest assured say there is a government where they on top of in game and the security forces then they on top of the game. And I don't say this, that you will feel say you divulge to that incitement and take on the streets illegally, you do them at your own risk. Because if you allow yourself as well for be used as a human shield, you do it at your own risk. Not allow yourself for be used as a human shield. It will not stand. It will not work. Enough of this. Enough of this. I repeat. Thank you very much to fellow Sierra Leoneans that will listen my audio. I decided to do this really for allay the fears and worries of those faint-hearted fellow Sierra Leoneans, and we bored and inundate me with too many of these inciting audios. We bring a moral consciousness to me say now because we are in charge and they have put us in charge, then they remind we say we get a responsibility for make sure say then peace is maintained. And peace is not just when you go about your normal business, but even when you mental state peaceful, it's all part of the peace. And we get a responsibility for make sure say that happen for the people of Sierra Leone. And I believe say that make una budge me with these too many incitements than more than they do. We this individual they do. We call him say Adebayor. And so on that note, I just want to Sierra Leoneans and the rest assured say nobody no go threaten on security. On a focus. And this time around now, we can go into the registration process. When I just make sure say when I come out with in una numbers, when I go register. Then no individual Sierra Leonean no intimidate you. Because you're not a peace-loving Sierra Leonean, you're not a law-abiding Sierra Leonean, you will only allow that intimidation to work for you if you're not law-abiding. But if you're law-abiding, be rest assured that you get a government who will protect your security and go about and do your normal business and when I prepare on yourself for register massively. Yeah? I tell you now, plenty, thank you. Me, now on a Pekin, on a brother, and on a humble servant, Honorable Lahai Lawrence Leema, will come up with this audio tour. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you very much, Honorable Lahai Lawrence Leema. It's a pleasure to hear you again. You know we own boss. We're happy we don't give also a moral support to we. Salone. Now we get them. Nobody big pass Salone, but we just get corrupt politician like Anes by Kruma. Where I talk, hey, Dima this, Dima that. Man, a thief man. Samura Kamara, then a man that we don't work in that country, they don't thief, they don't enrich themselves, then pick it, they don't different side. But they want to make the country like it become ungovernable. But not lie, the security sector a big pass than all. And then always get that big plans to distress alone. Now then get for destroy. Trust me. Famu de we una this na una bobo, una brother Dima the Great, the SLPP bobo, we also mean the deputy chairman where they represent the Sierra Leone People's Party in Holland, and also mean the CEO for the Green Movement. This is not the message from Lahai Lawrence Leema. Do you want to share this message? Let it go fight. Let it go far wider. Let people that understand say this time around the government they in full support to make sure this ventriloquy, this non-entity will get naya, let the law hold up. And I repeat, that man not get anything where they able to protect him. He's not an asylum seeker where you go say under the UN treaty they will able to protect him. No, in a fair asylum seeker. Now opportunity we find in certain situation. But as I talk na salon passport they na in hand and salon passport na in the na in hand na ya and in to asylum seeker and in to Dutch citizen. I will repeat that categorically. So a vulnerable man like that, the way he don't know himself, we he don't reach to a Waterloo. But Tete will meet again family then. Now the message this way when about Dima the Great Kautam. Yeah. We now go do ya register, just like Dima say wanna register and vote and re-elect the best president. His Excellency retired Brigadier Julius Maada Let it continue to rebrand Mama Salon to make Mama Salon beautiful, sexy, and attractive. Yeah, APC then go die in our opposition. Tete will meet again. I will say tata.